Hey, how's it going? Look who survived a hurricane. Yep, and it kind of put a damper on some things. I wasn't able to get as many movies watched to crank out some of these videos that I was hoping to get cranked out. So I've got a little bit of backlog. So we're going to have a few of these pop up before October sets in. Which, hey, I'm sure that'll make some of you happy. So we're going to kick things off with an eagerly awaited video review, little quality check here, for, well, what happens to be the #1 movie right now. It. Yeah, that remake, as people have been touting it, even though it's not actually a remake, because it's never been a movie before. Because, I want to remind everyone this. Where is it? There it is. This lovely Blu-ray right here, which contains the original Stephen King's It that most people have. I haven't even opened it yet because, well, I've seen it before, so it wasn't like something I was super eager to open after buying. But this right here, not a movie. This is a mini-series. It is a mini-series, not a film. I know it's hard to understand the difference for some people, but mini-series, not a film. Mini-series. You know, like Roots. Yeah, perfect example. Or, what was that, Tin Man? That's another mini-series. There's a lot of different miniseries that's been on TV. Most of the miniseries I actually can think of are Stephen King miniseries. It's kind of funny to think about. You got Rose Red, The Langoliers, Tommyknockers. They're not all very good, are they? And, well, I hate to burst people's bubbles, but while I do admit to having nostalgia for this bad boy right here, it's really not very good either. Sorry. For more information on that, well, good news. I'm going to be reviewing this for October for Horrorfest. So you're going to get to see, or rather read, my thorough review regarding the original miniseries. But for now, we're going to stick this back on the shelf next to the vastly superior Cat's Eye. Let's be real, much better film. And we're going to continue talking about what I saw tonight. Now, I want to explain something. I have a history with it. And I don't just mean the miniseries. The novel that the miniseries and this film are based on happens to be my favorite Stephen King book. I don't actually own it, and there's a reason for that. I did not pay money for any of the Stephen King books I own. They were all gifts. They were all, well, not gifts, but they were hand-me-downs. Hand-me-downs from family members. So no one had a copy of it, so I don't own it. Now, you think, hey, it's my favorite Stephen King book. I should probably buy a copy of it. You'd be correct. I really should. But let's say that's the same problem I have with a lot of movies. Some of my favorite films I don't own. I've been trying to remedy that. I'm working on fixing that. For the longest time, I didn't actually own my favorite film. And my friend Hannah griped at me and said, why don't you own your favorite film? What the fuck's wrong with you? So I went and bought it. Because she's right. You know, what the hell's wrong with me? Why didn't I own my favorite film? So, yeah. So I'll get to it. I mean, I don't know if everybody realizes, but this doesn't pay, like, really at all. Um, yeah, like these videos don't get enough views for me to get any money from YouTube. And with the way YouTube's been going, it's not really going to be helpful there anyways. And most of my traffic comes from my written reviews, and I don't get paid for those either. I mean, technically I'm a freelancer, but no one's snapping up my writing skills at the moment, so not getting much in the way of money there. Sorry. So the only way I can actually make money currently is on Patreon. So until I actually have more of a spending budget, I probably won't own the book. But, alright, we're going to address some things. There's been a lot of complaints about this movie. Different things. Number one, I've seen it's a remake. No, it's not a remake. Again, like I said, the original miniseries, it would have to be another miniseries. It's not, so it's not a remake. Stop calling it a remake. It's not a fucking remake. Stop it. Alright, look. Baywatch, the film that just came out on Blu-ray, is not technically a remake. It is a film based on a TV show that existed. Do you understand that? That Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller, Starsky and Hutch film was not a remake. It was a film based on an existing TV series. Do you follow me? The Dukes of Hazzard film, as bad as it was not a remake because it was based on a TV series. You can't call that a remake. That's not how it works. Okay? If that's what you're going to call a remake, then you should call everything based on another source material a remake. Alright? If it's based off of a book, then it's a remake. Jurassic Park was a remake. Oh man, what a terrible remake. Yeah, you know, that wouldn't be an inaccurate statement, because guess what? That wasn't very true to the book. They changed a whole lot of shit. No joke. Yeah, I own Jurassic Park and The Lost World. The books. I don't own the movies. I actually really like those movies. I should own those movies. It's another example. But this belligerent idea that everything has to be a one-to-one adaptation is just more nitpicking, in the same vein as people complaining about remakes. It's just something to complain about. That's how I personally feel. So if you didn't want to see this because you saw it as a remake, or that you didn't want to see it because it's not a one-to-one adaptation of the book, well, in my personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, I can't speak for anybody who might share my opinion regarding this. I'm only speaking for myself. I'm not even speaking from a good friend, Sharp Hand Joe here. You can buy this on Pizza Party Printing. Yeah, Pizza Party Printing. They're not paying me for this. I just really like their shirts. You should go buy some of their shirts. They're really cool. I like them. Sharp Hand Joe. Anyways, in my opinion, all these people that nitpick like that are idiots. If you nitpick like this, if you bitch because of stupid shit, like it not being a one-to-one adaptation, or you think it's a remake, you're an idiot. Just my personal opinion. I'm sorry if I offend you, except I'm not. I'm really not. I don't care if I offended you. Go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. Look, you don't pay me. I don't get paid. I'm not beholden to, placate you. Get over it. It's a movie. Either you like it or you don't. Don't make up reasons to hate something. There are so many reasons to hate bad things. Don't make up reasons to hate something that you weren't even going to give a chance anyways. Let's be real. Because so many people are ruled by nostalgia that they refuse to even give things a chance sometimes. And it's a pain in the ass for people like me, who also live in nostalgia. But I don't live completely in nostalgia. Like, I surround myself in it. It's here. There's lots of it all around me. But I'm not blind to quality. Some people claim I am because I defended the Howard the Duck film. But those people can go fuck themselves too, because I still like the Howard the Duck film, and I think it was a solid adaptation. Take it from somebody who actually read the Howard the Duck comics. I think it captured the essence of Howard quite well. Except they gave him pants, which is probably for the best, because, well, Howard used his penis in the comics. Didn't show him using his penis, but it was thoroughly implied. So yeah, it's not something I really want to see. I don't want to see. Yeah, seeing the duck tits was one thing. Everybody always goes on about the duck tits, but nobody ever wants to think about the duck dick. Ever seen a duck penis? Oh, I've seen a duck penis. I don't want to see a humanoid duck penis, though. That's something I don't want to imagine. I'll tell you who has seen a humanoid duck penis. Beverly. Because all these people that complained about the Howard the Duck movie and the fact that Howard and Beverly probably ended up fucking in it, guess what? They fucked in the goddamn comics, too. So get over that. And that's nice of you, because guess what? There's a character named Beverly in it. Ah, we've come full circle. So, my opinions regarding this film. I liked it. Video over! Let's get the fuck out of here. Get Ray's fucking like. No, it's fine. No. Alright. I don't know where I'm putting my hair anymore. Alright, so, let's be a little more thorough here. Now, this movie does follow a lot of the same beats as the miniseries because, again, they're based on the same book. But things are altered slightly because, again, the story of the miniseries takes place in the 1950s, whereas this version takes place in the 1980s. I liked that. I actually liked that quite a bit. I know some people had reservations about that, but I liked it because it gave me something fresh. It gives the audience who've already seen the original something new. You don't go into the movie automatically knowing exactly what's going to happen, because a lot of the factors from the original miniseries are different in this because of this altered time. So it really does freshen the story quite a bit. I thought Bill Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise, did a really good job. He was legitimately fucking creepy. Like, seriously. His fucking very sweet toned voice through a lot of this film was eerie as fuck, and I just found myself very uncomfortable with him overall, which is good when you're watching a horror film and he's the fucking villain. So yeah, I think he did a good job. The rest of the cast were great too. Fucking yeah, there was. I mean, I know everybody's going to automatically go to Finn Wolfhard because he's the one everybody knows because of Stranger Things, and he did a great job as Richie. He really did. But honestly, I feel like the other characters, the other actors really pulled it out. Finn, while a good actor, did not get as much focus in the film. His character didn't get as much of the focus, so he didn't feel like he got to act to the full potential that I know Finn Wolfhard is capable. Oh God! Sorry, I ate right before the movie. My nephew had to bring me out to this burger joint, so I'm a little burpy. Give me a second. All right. Phil Wolfhard did not get to act to the full potential that I know he's possible. That he's capable of. Good thing next month I get to see him act much more length in Stranger Things season 2. Um, I felt like the breakout role of the movie was honestly Sophia Lillis as Beverly Marsh. She was great. Fucking amazing. Like, she honestly stole a lot of the scenes that she was in. And I know other people will talk about how Jaden Lieber, I don't have, Lieber, I'm massacring his last name. He played Bill, who is technically our lead in the film. I mean, well, not technically. He is the lead of the story, the entire story. He was good. He was really good. Honestly, though, I feel like Jeremy Ray Taylor was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie as Ben. Now, if you don't know the characters' names automatically, Ben is the new kid. Or, as other people will refer to him, Ben was the fat kid. Yeah. The kid who was played by Jerry O'Connell in the original as a child, and as an adult he was played by John Ritter. So, I really like Jeremy Ray Taylor. He impressed the hell out of me. He has some really great scenes in the movie, just like with Sophia Lillis. Knowing where the characters end up there, I'm glad there was a lot of emphasis on their existing relationship as children. And I'm really looking forward to how this goes forward. Even in the book, I always felt like the love triangle was forced. Like, the thing between Bill and Beverly always feels very bubblegummy and puppy love like. And at the close of the film, and yes, there's going to be spoilers. There's always fucking spoilers in my reviews here. At the close of the film, Bill kisses Beverly, and I kind of wish he hadn't, because by that point, they went through growth and change. And I feel like he should have, at that point, grown beyond that crush he has on her. I mean, not that it's going to matter the next time they'll see each other. For those who don't know the story, this is going to be a big spoiler for you. He's going to be married in the next film. Sorry. But I am interested to see how this moves forward. I really I'm curious who's going to play them as adults. Because, I mean, yeah, how could I not be curious? I really enjoyed this cast. I really did. Like, these kids are such good actors. I really hope they don't succumb to any child actor. I really hope that child actor curses are a thing of the past, because I'd love to see these kids grow up to be like mainstay actors, because these kids are talented. These kids are like young teenagers. They're already fucking talented. Holy shit. Because this is an ensemble film that follows characters who are supposed to be 13 years old. 13-year-olds. And they really have great personality. They carry it so well. Oh my God, it's just amazing. Like, I am just amazed by every single one of them. Oh my God. I'm also really curious to see what happens with Mike. And I thought Chosen Jacobs did a great job. He was very, I want to say solemn. Like, his performance, he felt like it came through that he felt like an outsider. The character felt like an outsider even among this group of friends, this group of outsiders. By the end of the film, he saw them as real friends and felt like he had a place with them. But it was hard for him, and you could tell, and that makes a lot of sense throughout the story. I don't want to give away everything, and I won't say that the accusations of there being jump scares in this movie aren't true. There are some jump scare moments, but I will say this: they're not cheap jump scares. The jump scares in this film are well earned. They are built up. There's tension. It's not just sudden noise and then something jumping out at you. You become uneasy building up to the scene. And that's the way it's supposed to be done. You're not just supposed to throw shit at the screen to make somebody jump. You gotta earn it. And I feel like the jump scares in this film were earned. Honestly, only a couple legitimately made me jump. The others made me jump because of a lady in the theater who kept screaming every time they happened. So I was not jumping so much from those jump scares as I was from her screaming at those jump scares. Yeah, that same problem happened when I watched The Woman in Black in theaters with my friend Hannah that I mentioned earlier, who grabbed me and shook me violently and screamed all at the same time every time something scary happened. And it was really funny. And it's funny to look back on. I love her to death. And I miss being able to see movies with her. She probably would have had a lot of fun at this. She probably would have screamed a lot too. Give me a fucking heart attack. What can you do? So I don't know what else to say. It's a good movie. I mean, really, it's great. Oh wait, I can actually say one more thing. The other big complaint I heard from people leading up to this, to me getting to actually see it, because it's been in theaters for a bit now. In case you didn't know, like from the beginning of the video, I live in Florida. I had a hurricane. I didn't get to see the movie on opening night like I was planning to. So, yeah, this was my first chance to actually get to see it. So, I got to listen to a lot of people bitching and complaining online. Tried to avoid most of it, but yeah. At least I avoided spoilers for the most part. But a lot of the bitching was the things that I talked about before, but there was another thing, and it's something that I see happen most especially among horror fans. Bitching about CGI. Now, I've talked about this, I believe, in my review of The Shallows. It's been a while since I've thought about that video. I haven't looked at that video since I made it, so I can't be completely sure that I talked about it in the video, but I'm pretty sure I did, because I have talked about this before in regards to it. The Shallows had a CGI shark, and It was a well done CGI shark. It wasn't cheap or stupid looking. It was a well done shark. It was a realistic looking shark. The only goofy part of that movie is when the shark dies. And it's goofy in kind of an awesome way. So you can overlook it. It's a cool death scene for slasher movie sharks. So whatever. Who fucking cares? Now, this movie, the CGI in here, people are complaining about the CGI, the same fucking people that complain about everything that has CGI. I don't give a shit if you don't like CGI. The CGI was well done in here. And I'm not one of those people who's just like, oh, well, you shouldn't complain so much about CGI. You know, it's going to be in everything. And, no. I complain about CGI when it's badly done. Alright? I don't have the fucking blinders on, people. I am a critic. Like most critics, I don't get paid much. That's a normal thing. You may not realize this. Most of us get paid in movies. We get paid in free tickets and free copies of films. That's how a lot of critics get paid. Unless they're lucky enough to get a gig writing somewhere from a paycheck. I'm not one of those critics. I don't get paid for this. What I can tell you is that I thought the CGI was really well done. It was very creepy overall. None of it felt jarring. The most unrealistic parts moved so fast. I think the most unrealistic looking CGI part in the entire film was probably Stan's fear, because Pennywise preys on fear. So he turns into the different characters' fears. Stan's fear is a painting in his father's office. It's a painting of a woman who has like a weird, like malformed looking head. And Pennywise turns into the woman from the painting. And fair enough, it's a creepy painting. And she's creepy as hell when she comes out. But here's the thing. It doesn't look realistic because it's not supposed to. It is a painting come to life. It's supposed to look weird and surreal and fake because it is weird and surreal and fake. It's a fucking painting. That's the only part that really felt like overly kind of fake looking, and it was supposed to look that way. So, I don't fucking know. I really don't. I do this job, and I always hear people complain about critics only hating things. We all hate everything. All we do is spread hate. We bring people down. We bring movies down. We shit on people's opinions. And yet I see this. I see things that I actually enjoy. Things that I see other critics, like myself, enjoy. And I see a hate parade form to attack these things. And I feel dumbfounded by how stupid people can be. I'm going to plead with you. Please go see this movie. I mean, it's already the #1 movie in America, hell, in the world, as far as I know. So it doesn't necessarily need you to go see it, but you should go see it. It's a fun experience. It's a good horror film. It's a lot better than the miniseries. It's fucking worth the wait for the sequel to see the second part of the story where they're adults. And I really like the fact that they split that into two films rather than having the constant flashing back and forth in the miniseries, which got really irritating throughout it, and on repeat viewings got even more irritating. Didn't bother me the first time I watched it as a kid. The more I watched it growing up into adulthood, the more it bothered me. Yeah, last time I watched the Stephen King miniseries was on VHS because I got a little irritated with all that fucking flashing back and forth. Yep. Anyways, yeah, like the movie. I think you should go see it. If you want to go see it, please go see it. Give it money. Give it all the money. It deserves it. It's a good movie. Yeah, good actors. Bill Skarsgård, Sophia Lillis, Finn Wolfhard, Chosen Jacobs, Jaden Lieber, Jeremy Ray Taylor, White Olaf, Jack Dylan. They're all fucking good. They're all of them. Even the fucking bully. Fucking, was it, Nicholas Hamilton. Nicholas Hamilton. Yeah, he played Henry Bowers. Yeah, he played a convincing psycho. I hated him. You're supposed to hate him. He's a shithead, so fucking. Yeah, I like the whole outcome with him a lot better in this version, too. Go figure. Well, going to call it quits for now, and I will see you guys next time where I will be talking about The Hitman's Bodyguard. Bye-bye! I clicked the wrong button. Fuck!